Long ball number one here on Morning Kick Around. I'm Robert. He's Jason. Did Major League Soccer mess up rivalry week? There is a midweek slate of games here on Wednesday, May 14th, and probably what would have been a marquee matchup, a cornerstone, a foundation building matchup in the midweek Midwest, St. Louis versus Sporting KC. Very early in this regional rivalry, and they've put it on a Wednesday, Jason.
Yeah, only the third year of this rivalry existing. And if I know anything about Major League Soccer, Rob, it's that they love marketing a rivalry. Get you someone in your life who loves, well, I was going to say, get somebody in your life who loves you as much as MLS loves marketing a rivalry. But in this case, they do seem to have missed the mark. And I've seen, I follow some St. Louis City fans. I follow some Sporting Kansas City fans, and I have seen enough grousing about this game scheduling to think that MLS did screw this up. Like, why are we doing this on a Wednesday at Energizer Park in St. Louis when you've got a weekend match coming around? I mean, look, I guess in a perfect world, Rob, like if this was, I don't know, your native land of England, would we be making a big deal about a midweek rivalry game? Would we be like, I can't believe they put the Merseyside derby on a Wednesday? Or we would just say, people show up no matter when this game is. People make their way to Goodison. People make their way to Anfield.
Counterpoint to that, though, in their third ever season, 110 years ago, when the third year of the Liverpool versus Everton Merseyside derby, did they put it on a Wednesday?
That's a good question. I don't know. Whatever time the whistle blew and the factory workers got out of the coffee making place, that's what they were doing, right?
I know. Just to hear you say toffee was just really funny.
Fishing the whatever they do in Liverpool. I don't know. Docks. They have docks in Liverpool.
That's the one. Ding ding.
Yeah. That's the thing. Yeah, you may be right. I don't know if they did that on a Wednesday back then. This is one rivalry game. The rest of the rivalry games are coming up on the weekend. But this is actually a good point from member Mike Thomas, right? This is the thing.
Goal of five super chats.
Yeah, MLS does this thing where they jam all the rivalries together. So so we got Wednesday night, St. Louis City versus Sporting Kansas City, Energizer Park, 8:45 p.m. Eastern Time kickoff this evening. These two teams did play a couple weeks ago, by the way, and they're playing again 5 weeks ago. Yeah, that's a month and something. But we've got CF Montreal, Toronto on Saturday. New York City FC versus the Red Bulls on Saturday. Columbus versus Cincinnati. Hell is real is happening on Saturday in Columbus. We've got the Copa Tejas between FC Dallas. The battle for El Capitan between Dallas and Houston happening on Saturday. We've got the Rocky Mountain Cup, Rapids and Real Salt Lake happening on Saturday. Cascadia on Saturday, Portland, Seattle, Miami, Orlando. What do they call that? Florida Man Derby? I don't know what that's called. That one is happening on Saturday. I'm going down the whole list. Oh, look, it's El Tráfico also on Sunday. Why do all of them in one big shot? Why, I'm sorry for this imagery, blow your load on the rivalry games on one weekend, Rob? Why not spread them out and highlight each one? There was a time when there was only one real significant sort of nationally interesting rivalry. And I'm not trying to hate on DC and New York Red Bulls / Metro Stars and some of the stuff that goes back to 96. But there was a time when it was Portland, Seattle.
Yep.
That was the one. That's the one everybody cared about. And they would highlight it and it would become this thing. Oh my God, Cascadia is coming. I don't care about Seattle. I don't care about Portland, but I'm watching that game because we know that there are fireworks when those two teams play. So if you have that example in your history, when we highlighted Cascadia, we were able to build on that. We were able to get more juice for the league. That was really something that pushed the league forward from a marketing perspective to make it about that again. Why not spread them out?
This might be antiquated thinking on MLS's behalf. Is this TV scheduling a la the ESPN days when they could package it and market it as this rivalry week, when now with the way that things are broadcast on Apple, it kind of doesn't matter that much anymore. And it's probably in their best interest to get more viewers if these are spread out. So I could watch the Cascadia Cup on one day and then maybe that Florida Man competition on another week. I think this might be an thing. It's just like, it's a thing, so let's continue it.
That might be true. There might be momentum behind it historically, and that's why they keep doing this. I mean, it used to be Heineken rivalry week. It doesn't look like Heineken's attached this time around. I don't see their name listed in the story.
It's a brandable. It's a thing to attach a name to.
That's what I'm saying. Like before Apple, before MLS Season Pass, when you were launching the idea of rivalries being a major driver of interest, packaging them all together and saying, "Hey, Heineken, give us a couple $1 million a year to slap your name on this thing." That maybe made some sense. But at this point, all you're doing again is jamming all too much rivalry into one weekend and preventing any of them from really standing out, except for, of course, tonight is a Wednesday night game, which we know does not historically draw well in Major League Soccer or get a ton of television viewers.
We're in a question of how much rivalry is too much rivalry. And my answer to these things is always balance. Maybe, scatter clusters of these rivalries across the way. And the thing that I actually kind of like about this midweek schedule is I used to take in most of my Major League Soccer on random late nights midweek and be able to catch them, after kids go to bed before I do. So I actually kind of like the midweek ones, but that's a very niche.
Well, I mean, look,
here.
if you are in a position, if you're a place in your life like you and I are, where you've got kids and weekends are kind of sacrosanct for, especially little ones. Little ones don't want to sit in front of a TV or maybe even go to the stadium if you live near a stadium. It's hard to sometimes drag, little kids to a stadium for a couple of hours in a match. So, I kind of get that. It's nice for us. Yeah. Lights are low. Kids are asleep. Maybe pour a couple of fingers of whiskey and watch some MLS on a Wednesday.
Yeah, if I still have some energy in me, I think I'll stay up for the San Jose Inter Miami one tonight at 10:30 Eastern. But moving on to what if you're gonna stay? Would you stay up late for that or LAFC Sounders?
Let me look at the full schedule for tonight because we are highlighting that. What is it? There's a highway that links Kansas City and St. Louis, and they call it that. I don't know what they call it. The barbecue derby. I don't know what they call it. Whatever they call it, it's got a name. I'm just not remembering right now. That is one of the ones that you highlight. Yeah, it's looks obviously to see Inter Miami if they can bounce back after what happened in Minnesota, to see if David Beckham maybe has something to say to the San Jose Earthquakes social media accounts should they lose that game in San Jose. And I know Messi's there. I've seen pictures of him looking out a window of a hotel and waving at people.
Sure hope there's no earthquakes when we're here.
Oh, man, okay. Let's see. I mean, otherwise, Union Galaxy maybe just because, again, it's such a disaster for the Galaxy to see if the Union, they don't want to be the first team to lose the Galaxy in 2025.
Yeah, who's going to have that label?
Oof. There's also a story brewing in Atlanta as to whether or not Roddy Dyla's got much time left. If they don't get better, they are in Austin. So there's something there too. I think those, and then obviously LAFC and Seattle, which is a clash of the two best teams in the West over the last 5, 6, 7 years, whatever that is.
Indeed.